If you're looking for a new smartphone in 2023, the market has really consolidated. You essentially have like three main go to options. One, of course, iPhone. Lots of people prefer the iOS experience, plus, the hardware is very premium. On the Android side, Samsung with their S line is essentially the high end. They have the best camera, the fastest chip, the best displays. But just like with the iPhone, they are not cheap. These are premium devices. And then a third option is always the Pixel. These are usually not as crazy as the Samsung phones, so they don't throw every feature they can think of into your face. Rather, it's a more clean, simple, budget-friendly experience. And because Google makes both the software and the hardware in this case, it's a pretty good analog to the iPhone, how Apple makes both the hardware and the software, and it comes together to make a very nice experience. The Pixel is the closest equivalent on the Android side. Obviously, you have other options like the Razer, the Nothing phone, the Moto Edge Plus, but largely when you browse these lists, you're going to see the iPhone, Samsung, and the Pixel. And we are right around the corner from the new Pixel 8. The expected launch date is October 4th. And today I want to talk to you guys all about this phone so you can make an educated decision on if you want to buy this or something else. All right, now Google actually did release a sneak peek video showing the Pixel 8 and the 8 Pro. So let's watch this together. Immediately you're going to notice that the design, it's fairly similar to the existing Pixel 7. The camera module is a little bit different looking, but overall, it's not going to be a major hardware change this year. So taking a look at this article from Android Authority, I'll leave it linked down below. At a glance, these are the core aspects of the Pixel 8. As mentioned, it's coming out October 4th, right around the corner. And the big changes with both Pixel models are the chipset and the camera. The hardware is mostly the same, but the Pro, the design is slightly different, mostly around the camera module and a little bit with the shape of the display. Here we have some early leaked images of the Pixel 8. This is the non-Pro model. And yeah, it looks like a Pixel. Scrolling down, these are the Pro model. Immediately, the big difference, of course, is the camera. The Pro model has an extra telephoto camera, bringing the total to 3. Somewhat surprisingly, the Pixel 8 is going to have a slightly different display size from last year. It's coming in this year at 6.17 inches versus the 6.32 found previously. The resolution, the brightness is the exact same, but the refresh rate is going from 90 to 120, and this is of course variable refresh technology, which can go down to as low as 10 Hz. And the Pixel 8 Pro, the display is exactly the same based off of the information we have at the current moment. But one of the bigger differences here is the camera technology. Pixel is famous for having some of the best image quality of any phone, and Google certainly wants to maintain that legacy with the new Pixel 8. So reportedly, both the 8 and the Pro will have an upgraded GN2 camera sensor as their primary camera unit. On top of that, the Pro is rumored to have an upgraded 64 megapixel Sony IMX787 for the ultra-wide camera. So that's this one right here, exclusive to the Pro model. And then we should also expect major updates in the software, so the camera application itself, bringing with it new, mostly AI features to help you to edit the photo in various ways, like remove people from the background, change the lighting, and other really cool stuff. And speaking of the photo app, this is some leaked imagery of the potential visual redesign of the app itself. Some of the menus we can see right here. And with this chart, we can see side by side the exact upgrade between the last year Pixel 7, this year's Pixel 8, as well as the 7 Pro and the 8 Pro. So as we saw, the main wide camera is getting that new GN2 image sensor. The ultra wide is upgraded only in the 8 Pro. So we can see from the 7 to the 8, exact same sensor, but we have a change over here. And it's worth noting that the telephoto camera, the physical camera, isn't changing in the Pro models. So any enhancement in image quality or features is going to come from the software as well as the new processor. So the processor, or the CPU, has a big effect on really every aspect of the phone, including the camera and the ultimate image quality. And here, this is another way Google with the Pixel is similar to the iPhone and Apple, because Apple uses their own custom in-house processors, the A17 and the iPhone 15. And Google also has their own in-house chip that hopefully will give you better, smoother performance. And Google calls this chip the Tensor, and this is going to be the G3. And these changes should culminate in a nice, modest boost in performance as well as efficiency. And in terms of pricing, the Pixel 7 had a starting price of $600 and the 7 Pro $900. And we have reason to believe that this year there's going to be a price hike. We've been seeing that with a lot of phones, inflation is running high. So the 8 could begin at $700 and the 8 Pro $999. So a $100 price boost over last year. Now do keep in mind Google does have a more budget option called the A, and the 7A just came out. I'll leave it linked down below, and it essentially has last year's specs for $500. And in case you're split between the 8 and the 8 Pro, here's a quick side-by-side of the differences. The big one is the display, 6.15 inches versus 6.7 inches. The display is also better in other ways like the brightness and variable refresh rate, but the differences are very minor. They both have the new Tensor G3 chip. The Pro does have 12 gigs of RAM versus 8 in the non-Pro, but 8 gigs of RAM should be enough because again, Google makes both the hardware and the software along with this custom chip. So the integration and the efficiency should be at a pretty high level, meaning that 8 gigs of RAM is plenty to make the OS feel smooth and responsive. There's a higher storage option on the Pro model. The battery is slightly bigger with the bigger phone as expected. The overall battery life, however, should be pretty comparable. They both get that new upgraded primary camera. The Pro, of course, has the telephoto as well as a slightly better ultra-wide camera. And finally, the design. The Pro model is a little bit updated. It's more flat, less curves around the side. Pretty minor stuff, but it is a difference. And the non-Pro model, the 8, is essentially identical to last year. Again, I'll leave this article linked down below if you guys want to check it out yourself. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.